Hello, beautiful souls. So, today I am actually working on a brand new project, and it's been on my to do list to show you guys how I design things on Canva. I'm also in the process of showing my daughter how to use Canva as well. She is sitting here next to me playing around with it on her own. That is today's homeschool activity. But I also will show you how I'm utilizing ChatGPT as well. You don't have to just go into this and navigate on your own. You can use ChatGPT to tell you step by step exactly how to do it. I'll actually rewind and go all the way back up and share my conversation. This isn't even what I planned on doing, but this is pretty valuable. Um, so I'm in the process of creating a tarot deck. So so I told it I want to create my own digital tarot deck. Now, off the top, pretty much I know exactly how I can go in Canva. I can go search on Canva and I can say card deck, for example. Deck of cards. But this isn't exactly what I'm looking for. So I want to create it custom because I don't want it to be, and you'll see more as I go through my conversation with Canva why I don't just want it several different cards on one piece of paper. So let me just continue. Creating your own digital tarot deck is a unique and exciting project. Here's a step by step guide to help you bring your vision to life. So, it even helped me with the design aspect, which I didn't even really need too much help with. Um, Scrolling down, so it was telling me different ways that I could go about creating it and selling it. And I gave it, one way that I use ChatGPT is I give it information so that it can help me a little bit better. So I let it know that I was going to create it on Canva and I'm going to do several different things with it, but I am going to sell it as a PDF deck on Gumroad. Also, if you're interested in creating and selling your own digital or physical products, if you click the link down in the description box, you can get started with Gumroad today and start listing products, start making money today. They actually recently just launched that they do have daily pay. If you've been following this channel for a while, and this is not what this video is about, but I will insert here. In several of our master classes, I've taught how I really have taken business off the platforms and have had people pay me directly via Cash App. You guys know this. A lot of you guys have paid for our master classes via Cash App. I'm all about supporting the creator and having the creator getting all of their money. But this is actually a whole nother conversation. I'm going to create a different video for you guys on Gumroad. But long story short, click the link down below if you're interested in creating and selling your own products. Moving on, it helped me out with the planning, the structure, the style, and the theme. Now, this is what I really needed help with. So, remember, I was saying I didn't find exactly what I was looking for here. I'm going to be doing this a very particular way, which I'll tell you more in a moment. But let's go ahead and start with the dimensions. Now, normally you can add your own dimensions. Let's see. One sec. So if I click new project, what would you like to create? Custom size. I normally use pixels as you can see below because this is a little hint if you're new to designing images online. Different platforms like Gumroad, for example, when you're walking through creating a listing, it might tell you this image needs to be 1280 by 1280 pixels. But this right here that I'm creating, I actually need it to be in inches. And I got the dimensions from ChatGPT. So 2.75 and 4.75. Create new design. Okay. And I'm not going to be using any of these templates here. Now, this is interesting because I'm surprised that it's showing me resumes on here and newspaper pages. I want to check my measurements here because these are usually 8 by 10. So I'm probably going to be a little bit repetitive here, but it's worth it before I create 100 something pages of an incorrect size. I'd rather get it right. So custom size, we're going to do inches, 2.75 and 4.75. Okay. Okay, it was worth double checking. So we've got the correct size and background. Choose colors, patterns. So before we get into the background, I'm going to continue because I had some more questions for ChatGPT. And I actually started this video before getting to the end answer. So let's walk through this. So it was telling me different ways that I could export this as a PDF. Um, Setting it up on Gumroad, talking about promotion, adding value. So it mentioned to me about making the back of the card, which I appreciate ChatGPT because, sometimes it might tell you something that you didn't think about or, didn't think too much about how I would incorporate it. So I asked it, how do I design the front and back of each card? And it told me, so it says, it gave me a lot of value here. It told me what to put on the name. It told me to include the name of the card. Told me information that I personally already know as somebody that designs content, but very, very valuable for someone that is brand new. A lot of times we can use fonts because they're pretty or we like it and it's not the most readable. So use a readable but thematic font. And you guys will see when I get around to my design. I use a cursive font, but I do certain things to make sure that it's readable. So position the title at the top or bottom of the card, depending on your layout. So I'm going to kind of skim through these things because this isn't what I wanted to share with you. I wanted to get back to the way I'm going to do this as far as the user's experience. So let's see here. So I said, how will the card appear for the viewer? And it says, when your digital tarot deck is delivered as a PDF through Gumroad, here's how the card will appear to the viewer and what to consider for the best user experience. So it gave me a couple of different options, and it also gave me some different viewing device perspectives. It told me that I could do either a multi page PDF. Each page of the PDF represents a single tarot card, starting with the card front, a guidebook. If included, the guidebook, okay, I'll come back to that. In navigation, users can scroll through the cards or use bookmarks if enabled to jump to specific cards, which I do want to set it up like that. I want to continue. Let's see. Okay, so interactivity and use. This is what I wanted to share. So digital drawing, I thought this was cool. Users can scroll and randomly select a card for a reading. Encourage them to intuitively stop on a card that feels right. I actually love that idea. And offer a high resolution printable version for users who prefer physical cards. Suggest using cardstock paper for durability. So, scrolling down, I told it that I actually wanted to incorporate both. And then I was a little confused because I was like, where does the back of the card come into play? I figured it would do like an alternating pattern, but that's exactly what it told me. So I'm going to do it like a back of the card and a front of the card, back of the card and a front of the card. And then also, I just wanted to make sure that whatever I create also makes sense for whoever may actually be printing it out. So let's see if there's anything else valuable. So here's what it said when I asked how to do it. And this is exactly where I picked up my mic. So now we're on the part where I'm adding a bleed margin of 0.125. I'm going to ask it how do I do the bleed margin? How do I do bleed margin? Adding bleed margins in Canva is important for ensuring that your designs extend all the way to the edge when printing professionally. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to add bleed margins in Canva. Let's see. I already did the size. Sometimes ChatGPT be repeating itself. Okay, what? I'm confused. So let's see. Set up your design with bleed. Add bleed with, set the dimensions. So it's basically saying that I need to make a new design. Design your card. So this is how I talk to ChatGPT. So I said, so I need to start over. And then I say, give me the full instructions beginning to end. Give me full instructions from beginning to end. Okay, so we're going to start from scratch. So we're going to do final size 3 by 5 inches. No worries. We're going to go to the menu, create a design, custom size, change it to inches, 3 by 5. I don't know what happened there. 3 by 5, create a new design. Okay, and I just swiped that down because it's automatically going to give you templates. We're not using templates. So we're going to click File, Show Print Bleed. And it's literally like, don't ever let anything be too difficult, because it's like, if you don't see it, even if you're overlooking it, you can just be like, I don't see print bleed. And something else you can do is actually send screenshots too. I'll show you in a moment. Let's see. Make sure I'm not overlooking it because I'm thinking this is the menu. So I'm screenshotting that and I'm going to send it to ChatGPT. And I'm going to say, I'm going to have to do what I did yesterday, which is unplug my mic and plug up my phone charger. Where is the menu to find print bleed? Okay, so it's saying that it's only available on the desktop version. Let's see here. Click File, Show Print Bleed. Okay, so I'm just going to do that on the computer really quick. Just a moment. So while I open this up in the meantime, I'll just take this opportunity to say, first of all, thank you so much for your time, for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're finding value with this video, this needs to be charged too. If you're finding value, please definitely give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. That is our love language. Let's see. Let me refresh my page here. And definitely leave a comment. Let me know, what you may have already known and what is something new that you learned. What is something new that you learned from this video? Okay. Bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to do the print bleed part on the computer. I'll walk you through it since you can't quite see it, and then I'll pick back up on the phone. And actually, it does edit live, so bear with me here. I can actually what I'll do in this moment is I'm walking you guys through my workflow. So what I did was devices both dying, which is normal. I use all of my devices all day, every day. Headphones, my big headphones over my ears, my AirPods, my cell phone, my computer, they can't stay charged all the time. So, walking you through my workflow, I just plugged up my computer. After I get situated, I'm going to switch my mic over. I'm currently opening ChatGPT on my computer so I can pick up where I left off with the instructions. And then let me do a little something on here because you may be able to see some live progress. It usually does it live. Yeah, you can see that. So I just put that there so you could see that you can actually see what I'm doing from the computer. So I'm going to hit back. And I'm currently about to finish reading from ChatGPT and where it left off. So it says hit file and show print bleed. File. Now I actually do the same exact thing on the computer. I screenshot on the computer because I randomly also don't see it on the computer. So I'm sending ChatGPT. I am sending ChatGPT the screenshot and I'm going to say I don't see it. I don't see it. You laughing at me, hon? Okay, so this is where ChatGPT, you can waste time. You can waste a lot of time playing around with ChatGPT. Sometimes the human brain is just a lot smarter and you can find the answer faster. So I'm going to read what it says and then if it doesn't help me, I'm just going to go to help within Canva. So it's saying that it's a Canva Pro feature, which I do have Canva Pro, and I don't understand why the bleed would be a pro feature, but okay. Let's see, it's saying it might not be available because it's not recognized as a printable project. That's interesting, which is telling me again, ensure that you're working with. Oh, I can actually go back to what it says while you guys are watching. It's saying to, let me see. Now, this is one thing that happens when it comes to design. As much as I want to get over to the pretty part, which is going to the magic creator and creating the images, there's no point creating images until I get the sizing and dimensions correct because I don't want to have to edit, like I said, over 100 something cards. Okay, so how to access print bleed on desktop. File. A dashed line will appear around the edges to indicate the bleed area. Well, it's saying for an alternative to ensure that your background and images go all the way to the edges of the larger canvas. This is something I've done before, though. Why am I so stumped? Leave a 0.215. Okay. Bear with me while I just take a peek. Settings, show print bleed. Wow. Okay, so we've got the print bleed on there. Thank you for your patience. Now we need to figure out what the dimensions are. So this is where I'll come on here and I'll say, I found print bleed. How do I edit dimensions? Great, now that you've found the print bleed option, here's a step-by-step guide on how to edit dimensions. No. I'm just going to assume that the standard print bleed that has been given, and then it's like, okay, I added it. Go to create a design, custom design, resize. Okay, so it's just basically telling me to keep everything within the safe area. Okay, no problem.